Have you ever had one of those moments where your body just doesn't feel quite right, but you can't exactly put your finger on what's wrong? Maybe your joints feel stiff, your digestion isn't what it used to be, or that nagging pain just keeps lingering day after day. You've probably tried creams, pills, heating pads, you name it. But what if I told you that a simple mixture sitting in your kitchen cabinet could do wonders for your body, and it's something that's been used for generations? Today we're talking about two humble ingredients that you may never have imagined could be so powerful when combined: castor oil and baking soda. Yes, you heard that right. Two everyday items that, when used correctly, can support healing in ways that might just surprise your doctor. And I'm not exaggerating. In fact, natural health educator Barbara O'Neill has shared insights into this exact combination and how it can assist with issues ranging from inflammation and skin conditions to detox and pain relief. Now, if you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, your body is likely telling you a few things, loud and clear. The aches don't go away as quickly. Cuts take longer to heal. You may be more sensitive to the side effects of medications, and you're probably looking for gentler, more natural ways to take care of yourself. That's why this simple mixture of castor oil and baking soda is so exciting. It's gentle, natural, affordable, and it really works. Let's take a little walk back in time. Castor oil has been used for centuries, going all the way back to the ancient Egyptians. It was prized for its healing powers and was even found in tombs as part of their beauty and medical rituals. And baking soda? Well, it's been a household staple for everything from cleaning to soothing an upset stomach. But when these two ingredients come together, something truly special happens. It's like a natural powerhouse that can bring relief to tired joints, soothe irritated skin, and even help your body detox naturally, without harsh chemicals or side effects. So, how does this mixture actually work? Let's start with castor oil. It's thick, almost sticky, and incredibly rich in something called ricinoleic acid. That's a fatty acid known for its powerful anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. When applied to the skin, especially with a little warmth, castor oil penetrates deeply into tissues, helping to increase circulation and stimulate the lymphatic system. Now, the lymphatic system is one of those behind-the-scenes heroes in your body. It helps remove waste, toxins, and excess fluids. As we age, our lymph system tends to get a bit sluggish. That's where castor oil can make a big difference. Baking soda, on the other hand, is alkaline. That means it helps neutralize acidity and reduce inflammation. It also has mild exfoliating and antibacterial properties. When you mix it with castor oil, it doesn't just sit on the skin. It helps open up the pores, allowing the castor oil to sink in even more deeply. The baking soda also helps pull out impurities from the skin's surface, making the mixture even more effective for detox and healing. Now, imagine applying this soothing, healing paste to a swollen knee, a sore lower back, or even to your abdomen. If you're feeling bloated or sluggish, within minutes you'll start to feel a gentle warmth. Some people say it feels like their body is finally relaxing, like the pain is melting away bit by bit. And the best part? There's no risk of the harsh side effects you get from over-the-counter pain creams or prescription medications. But you don't just have to take my word for it. Barbara O'Neill has spoken at length about using castor oil and baking soda in various ways, especially as compresses. She explains how this combination stimulates healing, helps shrink cysts, soothes skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis, and even supports better digestion when applied to the abdomen. Her work is based not just on theory, but on years of hands-on experience helping people use simple, natural remedies to feel better and live healthier lives. Here's something else to think about. When we're over 60, we don't bounce back like we used to. Injuries take longer to heal. Chronic conditions like arthritis or sciatica become more common, and the older we get, the more careful we have to be about what we put into our bodies. That's why this natural solution is so appealing. It's easy to use, doesn't interfere with medications, and it's based on the body's natural rhythms, encouraging circulation, detox, and deep healing, all from the outside in. Maybe you're someone who prefers to avoid medications whenever possible, or perhaps you've tried everything the pharmacy had to offer and just didn't get the results you were hoping for. If that's you, this simple mixture might be the missing link in your wellness routine. Let me paint a picture. Imagine this. You're settling into your evening routine. You warm a bit of castor oil, mix in just the right amount of baking soda until it forms a smooth paste. You apply it to your sore knee or your aching back. Cover it gently with a soft cloth and just sit back and relax. No harsh smells, no burning sensation, just warmth, comfort, and a feeling that your body is finally saying, thank you. Now as you're sitting there with that warm cloth on your skin, letting the castor oil and baking soda mixture do its magic, you might start wondering, how often should I be doing this? And where exactly on my body can I use it safely? Well, let's take it one step at a time. You see, this isn't some overnight miracle cure. It's more like a gentle, consistent helper, like that friend who shows up for you, quietly and faithfully every time you need them. When used regularly, this mixture can help reduce swelling, support circulation, and ease pain in areas that have been bothering you for weeks, months, or even years. One of the best ways to use this blend is by creating a compress. It's simple, really. All you need is a piece of clean cotton or wool flannel cloth, your castor oil and baking soda paste, a little plastic wrap to keep things tidy, and a heating pad or hot water bottle if you want that added soothing warmth. Apply the paste generously to the cloth. Place it over the area that needs attention. Maybe it's your shoulder, your lower back, or even your stomach. Then cover it with the plastic wrap and apply the gentle heat. You can sit back for 30 minutes or even an hour if you like. It's a peaceful little ritual you can add to your day or wind down with at night. Now, what's really fascinating is how many people have shared stories about the changes they've noticed. There's something incredibly powerful about natural remedies that work with your body instead of against it. Seniors have reported reduced swelling in their ankles, softer skin in areas that were once dry and cracked, and even a noticeable calming of skin rashes or irritation that just wouldn't go away. That's not just coincidence. It's the body responding to care, patience, and ingredients it recognizes and welcomes. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Barbara O'Neill often speaks about how this mixture isn't just skin deep. She explains how castor oil packs, especially when used consistently, can stimulate the liver and digestive organs when applied to the abdomen. That's right. Just by applying it externally, you're supporting internal healing. And for those of us over 60, our liver plays a bigger role than we might realize. It helps filter toxins, break down medications, and regulate our hormones. But with age, it can get sluggish, just like everything else. So imagine giving your liver a little nudge, a bit of encouragement to keep doing its job well. A castor oil and baking soda compress over the abdominal area a few times a week can support that natural detox process. It's not a cleanse, it's not harsh, it's just gentle support that helps your body do what it already knows how to do, just a little better. There's also the emotional side of this. When we take the time to care for ourselves in these small ways, something shifts inside. We start to feel more in control, less anxious, more grounded. Because when you know there's something you can do to feel better, even if it's as simple as a warm cloth and a natural remedy, it brings a kind of peace and confidence that no pill bottle ever could. And if you're someone who has struggled with things like cysts, joint inflammation, or even minor skin lumps, this mixture might be worth trying there too. Barbara O'Neill has spoken about how the anti-inflammatory and detoxifying nature of this combination helps break down unwanted tissue gently over time. Again, it's not overnight, but with regular use, people have seen results that doctors didn't expect. That's where the speechless part comes in. Now, of course, it's always smart to use common sense. If you have sensitive skin, it's a good idea to do a little patch test first. Just apply a small amount to your inner arm and wait 24 hours. If there's no irritation, then you're good to go. And if you're on medication or have underlying health conditions, talk to your doctor. Most of the time, natural remedies like this won't interfere, but it's always best to stay informed. And don't forget, this isn't just about healing what's hurting, it's about prevention too. You don't have to wait until your joints are throbbing or your stomach's in knots. Adding this castor oil and baking soda mixture into your weekly routine just a few times a week can help your body stay in balance, stay clean, stay moving. Think of it as a tune-up, just like we take care of our homes, our cars, or even our gardens. We need to tend to our bodies with that same gentle attention. What's even more empowering is that you can make this part of a little evening ritual, a warm bath followed by your healing compress. Maybe play some soft music, light a candle. Make it about more than just treatment. Make it about self-care. You deserve that. You've lived decades taking care of others, being the rock for your family and friends. Now it's your turn to receive a little care on your terms. Sometimes healing doesn't come in a prescription bottle. Sometimes it shows up in your kitchen cabinet, quietly waiting to be rediscovered. That's the beauty of natural remedies like castor oil and baking soda. They've been around for generations. Your grandmother might have used them, And now here you are tapping into that same wisdom, because good health doesn't always require something fancy or expensive. It just needs a little consistency, a little faith, and a willingness to slow down and listen to your body. You know, one of the reasons this simple mixture works so well is because both castor oil and baking soda are powerful on their own, but when combined, they create a unique synergy. Castor oil, with its rich, thick texture and deep penetrating properties, helps draw out impurities and soothe inflammation. It's almost like a magnet for toxins. It pulls them out gently. Meanwhile, baking soda, though we often think of it just for baking or cleaning, is actually a potent alkalizer. It helps neutralize acids and creates an environment in your body where healing can thrive. Think about that for a moment. Your skin is your largest organ. When you apply something like this mixture, you're not just treating the surface. You're sending signals deep into your tissues, encouraging detox, calming inflammation, and even stimulating circulation. And that's why so many seniors have found relief using this, whether it's arthritis in the knees, lingering pain in the hips, or even a stubborn cyst that just won't shrink. This blend has been a quiet miracle for many. Let's take a moment to talk about pain, because let's be honest, as we age, it tends to become a more regular companion. Whether it's that nagging ache in your shoulder or the stiffness in your hands every morning, pain can slowly chip away at your quality of life. And yet, so many of us just accept it as a part of getting older. But what if you didn't have to? What if instead of reaching for another painkiller, you reached for something natural, something that not only helps reduce the discomfort, but also supports your body's ability to heal? That's where this castor oil and baking soda blend shines. Many people apply it to their joints, wrap the area gently, and feel noticeable relief after just a few uses. It's not a quick fix, but it is a lasting one, and for many seniors it's been a lifesaver. And let's not forget skin health. Our skin changes as we age. It becomes thinner, drier, and sometimes more prone to irritation. If you've been dealing with itchy patches, red spots, or flaky areas, this mixture might become your new best friend. When applied with care, it helps calm redness, deeply moisturizes dry skin, and even promotes healing for minor cuts or rashes. It's like giving your skin a warm hug, one that lingers and comforts you for hours. There are even stories, beautiful, hopeful stories, of older adults using this blend on age spots and seeing them fade over time. Not disappear entirely, but soften, lighten, and with them comes a kind of renewed confidence, because sometimes it's the little things, like smoother skin or less discomfort, that make the biggest difference in how we feel every day. And you know what else? This process, this small act of applying a healing compress or gently massaging a sore spot with a homemade remedy, it's an act of self-love. It tells your body, I see you, I care for you, I'm not giving up on you. That kind of message is powerful. It lifts your spirit. And when your spirit feels lighter, your whole body follows. Some folks even use this castor oil and baking soda blend on their abdomen to help with digestion. They say it relieves bloating, helps ease constipation, and supports better gut health. And that makes sense, because when you reduce inflammation in the gut and stimulate blood flow in that area, your digestion naturally improves. It's gentle, it's nurturing, and it respects your body's rhythm rather than forcing it. Of course, it's important to remember that everyone's body is different. What works for one person might take longer for another. But don't get discouraged. Healing, especially natural healing, isn't always a straight line. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's subtle. But if you stay consistent, if you treat your body like the beautiful, resilient creation it is, you'll begin to notice the changes, not just on the outside, but within. And isn't that what we all want? To feel like we still have control over our well-being, that we can still make choices, good ones, for our bodies even after 60, 70 or beyond. This mixture is a small, simple choice, but it's powerful, because behind it is the belief that nature has provided what we need, and our job is simply to return to it. Now, if you're thinking, this sounds too good to be true, I get it. We've been sold so many empty promises over the years, lotions, pills, supplements, but this isn't about buying into a trend. It's about going back to the basics, back to the kind of healing that existed long before pharmacies and long names we can't pronounce. It's about remembering that your body, when supported gently and naturally, has an incredible ability to repair and restore itself. So, as you consider trying this for yourself, do it with a sense of curiosity, with hope, with that quiet confidence, that you're choosing something good for yourself, because you deserve that. You deserve to feel better, to move with less pain, to sleep more soundly, to look in the mirror and see skin that's cared for and loved. And most importantly, you deserve to know that healing doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as a little bottle of oil, a spoonful of baking soda, and the wisdom to try. Now, once you've got that little mixture of castor oil and baking soda in your hands, the real magic begins when you actually use it with intention. And what's beautiful about this remedy is how incredibly simple it is. You don't need fancy machines, expensive tools, or a complicated routine. All you need is a clean cloth, maybe a little plastic wrap to hold it in place, and just a few quiet minutes of your day. That's it. A lot of folks like to call this practice a healing ritual, and honestly, that's a perfect way to describe it. Because when you take time to care for your body like this, not in a rushed way, not in a forced way, but with kindness, it becomes more than just a treatment. It becomes a moment of connection, a moment where you tune into how your body feels, where it's holding tension, or where it might need some love. Let's say you've got pain in your knees, that stiffness that kicks in every morning, or that ache that shows up after walking too long. You take a little of the castor oil and baking soda paste and gently rub it into the skin. Just that motion alone, the touch, the attention, starts something. Then you place a warm compress over it, maybe wrap it loosely, and just rest for 30 to 45 minutes. Some people even leave it overnight for deeper results. It's calming, comforting, and over time many people say the pain fades, the swelling goes down, and they're moving easier than they have in years. And this isn't just about relieving pain. People have used this blend on their abdomen to support liver detox, on the lower back for sciatica relief, or even on the chest during cold season. Barbara O'Neill, who's inspired so many with her natural healing approach, often speaks about how the liver is our body's primary filter. When it's congested or overloaded, everything else feels off. Fatigue sets in, digestion slows down, your skin gets dull. But with gentle support, like this blend used externally over the liver area, you help your body do what it's naturally built to do, cleanse and heal. There's something deeply empowering about that. Knowing you're not helpless, knowing that you can support your body without side effects, without harsh chemicals, just nature's tools and a bit of patience. That's the kind of wisdom we need more of. Not only because it's safe and effective, but because it reminds us of the power we already have within us. Now, you might be wondering, how often should I use it? And that really depends on your needs. If you're using it for chronic pain or inflammation, daily use for a few weeks can make a noticeable difference. If you're focusing on detox or skin issues, even just 2 or 3 times a week can bring results. The key here is consistency. This remedy isn't about instant miracles. It's about nurturing your body day by day, little by little, with love and intention. Another thing people often ask is, can I combine this with other natural practices? Absolutely. In fact, the more gentle, healthy habits you adopt, the better your results tend to be. Maybe you're already drinking warm lemon water in the morning, or taking light walks every day, or soaking your feet in Epsom salt in the evening. That's wonderful. Adding this castor oil and baking soda routine is like giving your body one more layer of support, one more signal that says, hey, I've got your back. And let's not overlook how this remedy has helped with skin growths, lumps, and even benign cysts. There are stories from everyday people just like you, who've seen hardened areas on their skin slowly shrink or soften after applying this blend regularly. Of course, it's always wise to check with a doctor for anything suspicious, but for things that have already been looked at and are just stubborn or bothersome, this can be such a gift. One woman shared how she had a small lipoma, a harmless fatty lump on her arm for years. It wasn't painful, but it made her self-conscious. She started applying the paste 3 nights a week, covering it with a warm cloth. After several weeks, she noticed the lump had softened, and after a few months, it was nearly gone. She said, "It's not just that it faded, it's that I felt like I had control again, like I wasn't just waiting for someone to tell me what to do, I was taking care of myself." And isn't that what this is all about? Taking care of yourself, taking your power back. Because for so many seniors, it can feel like the world wants you to slow down, take a back seat, or depend on medications for everything. But you're still strong, you're still vibrant, and your body, though it may have a few more aches and pains, still responds beautifully when you treat it with care. Even the act of mixing the castor oil and baking soda can be therapeutic. It's almost like cooking a special recipe, just for your own healing. You stir it gently until it forms a smooth paste, and you know you're about to do something good for your body. There's a quiet confidence that comes from that, from not rushing, from choosing the natural path, From saying, I'm going to take a little time for me today. And no, this isn't a miracle cure. It won't erase every issue or undo years of wear and tear overnight, but it will make a difference. It will remind your body that healing is possible, that you're not giving up, that you still believe in its ability to bounce back. And sometimes, that belief alone is the first step toward feeling better, stronger, lighter, more alive. So if you're sitting there wondering whether it's worth trying, let this be your sign. You have nothing to lose by giving your body this kind of gentle support. And who knows, you just might be surprised by what begins to change, not just physically, but emotionally too. Because when we take steps toward healing, we awaken something inside of us, a sense of hope, a quiet strength, and that can be more powerful than any prescription. And isn't it amazing how something so simple, just castor oil and baking soda, can spark such meaningful change, not just in how your body feels, but in how you feel about your body. You begin to realize that healing doesn't always have to come from the outside. Sometimes the most powerful remedies are the ones that invite you to slow down, listen, and trust the quiet wisdom of your own body. You might even start looking at other parts of your life with fresh eyes. Maybe you find yourself breathing a little deeper during your morning walk, or noticing how a warm cup of herbal tea settles your nerves in a way coffee never could. Maybe you feel inspired to turn off the TV a little earlier at night and soak your feet instead. Or maybe, just maybe, you start to believe that aging isn't about falling apart. It's about falling into rhythm with what your body really needs. And that's the true heart of this message. Castor oil and baking soda may seem like just a quirky remedy at first glance, but when you embrace it with consistency, care, and attention, you're actually sending a much bigger message to yourself. You're saying, I still matter. My body still deserves love, and I have not given up. Barbara O'Neill often talks about how our bodies are incredible healing machines, how every cell is programmed to repair, restore, and renew when given the right tools. This simple blend is one of those tools. It's gentle, accessible, and most importantly, it's not just treating a symptom, it's encouraging your body to heal from the inside out. Whether it's joint pain, swelling, liver congestion, old scars, or even minor growths under the skin, people have reported how this humble mix has helped bring balance and relief in ways they never expected. But you don't have to rely on other people's stories. You can write your own. Maybe today is the day you pull that old jar of castor oil out of the cupboard. Maybe it's the day you say, let me give this a real try. Mix it up, apply it with care, wrap it gently, rest quietly. Give yourself permission to just be, to heal, to receive the care you so willingly give to others. And let's not forget, healing isn't just physical. There's something about taking action for your well-being that uplifts your spirit. That tells your heart, we're still going strong, because there's no expiration date on self-care. You can be 60, 70, 80, or beyond, and still discover new ways to support your health and happiness. You may have spent decades looking after others, your kids, your partner, your family, your community, but now it's time to look after you. And no, that's not selfish, it's necessary. Because when you feel good, when you're pain-free, energized, and hopeful, everything in life feels lighter. You move more easily, you smile more freely, you show up more fully. And don't worry if you've never used natural remedies before. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have read 10 books on holistic health. You just need to be open, willing to try, willing to listen to that inner voice that says, maybe this is worth exploring. Even if you start with just one small area, a sore shoulder, a tender knee, a tired lower back, you'll begin to notice the shift, not just in your body, but in your energy. You'll feel more connected, more present, more in tune with what your body's been trying to tell you all along. So take that first step. It might be a quiet evening in your favorite chair with a warm compress resting gently on your skin. It might be a peaceful morning where you sit with your tea and prepare your little mixture, feeling a bit like a healer yourself. Whatever it is, trust that it's enough. Trust that your body is responding, even if you can't see it right away. And while you're on this journey, don't forget, you're not alone. There's a whole community of people just like you who are waking up to the power of natural healing. People who are tired of quick fixes and are choosing instead to honor the slow, steady wisdom of their own bodies. You're in good company. So here's to you for being curious, for being brave enough to try something different, and for taking charge of your health in a world that too often forgets how powerful that can be. Let this be a reminder that your health is not behind you. It's still unfolding. Every day is a new chance to feel better, live fuller, and age with strength and grace. And if this video touched you, inspired you, or gave you something to think about, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments, maybe even your own healing stories. Give this video a thumbs up if it brought you value, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more simple, natural ways to stay healthy and strong at any age. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel alive. And this might just be the beginning of something beautiful. Here's to living well, loving yourself, and discovering that no matter how old you are, healing is always within reach.